Welcome to my first vegetable garden and welcome to 2015. The first video really in my series for 2015 is going to start with seeds because that's what we're all going to be using. Couple of things. Let's start with flowers. You can buy plenty of flower seeds at your local stores, and there's two types, annual. And annual plants are typically plants you plant as seeds or you start indoors a little bit early, and they will grow just for that warm season and die off and they don't come back next year. Sometimes they will grow flower heads that turn to seed. Those seeds will drop and they will come back next year, but they're not true perennials, which I'll get to in a second. But annuals are typically used to bring lots of color and ongoing flowers to your garden. You can also get perennial flowers, and perennial flowers will come back year after year. And typically what happens is the stems, the flowers all die back in the winter, but the root system survive, and come warm weather the roots send up new shoots and you get new flowers. And typically the flowers on perennials only come for a short period, either spring, early summer, midsummer, late summer, but they don't tend to bloom the entire season. To find out if the seeds that you buy will be perennials in your area, you look to see what zone it's in. And I don't know if you can see this, but this says perennial zone 3 to 10. So you have to look up online what your gardening zone is. And if you buy perennials and your zone is within that range, you will have these flowers come back year after year. And this is a great way to save money. If you grow flowers that are perennials in your area, you don't have to keep replanting them. They will come back year after year. And in fact, you can divide them. After 2 or 3 years of growth, you can divide up the roots and then you get another plant. So to vegetable seeds. Let's start with a hybrid. This is a hybrid, and it says Patio Princess Hybrid. And all hybrid hybrid means on a seed packet is you take the flower, the pollen from one plant, and you cross it onto another plant. So you're taking the genetic makeup of one plant and you're giving it to another plant. And when they cross-pollinate, the fruit that is formed will have seeds that have a combination of the genetics of both plants. And when you plant those seeds, you get sort of a new variety. The thing with hybrids is it only works one time. So when you cross-pollinate, you get a seed that's going to have characteristics of both plants. But then if you plant the seeds of the seeds, you may or may not get that mix. So when you buy a hybrid, you're getting something that is typically done by man on purpose, and it gives you a specific characteristic. And what they like to do, like this is a Patio Princess, so this is a shorter stock plant, with a larger type sweeter fruit, and they just cross these characteristics between plants. Also, this happens in nature, but you wouldn't know what you're getting because a bee will just take pollen from one plant and put it on another plant. So hybrids are not GMOs. I'll talk about those in a second. This is a natural process that occurs in nature, but also can be refined by man. I don't really buy hybrid seeds. This is one variety that I do, and that's just for a small container plant. You don't really need to buy hybrids. Then you get heirlooms, and heirloom seeds have lots of definitions. Most of these that you see here are heirlooms, and heirlooms are typically a stable seed that will give you the same plant, the same fruit year after year after year after year. You know exactly what you get when you plant it. And general definitions are if the plant has been the same way for 50 plus years, then it's considered an heirloom. Some people take it longer. Some people, take it even up to 100 years. You can start cross-pollinating, or you can start with hybrids and eventually come up with a stable cultivar. And then in time, 50 years from there, that once hybrid could be considered an heirloom. Hope it's not too confusing. But the heirloom is basically seed that will give you the exact same plant, the exact same vegetable, year after year after year, and you can keep taking the seeds. The hybrids are a specific cross, and if you take the seeds of those seeds, you're not going to get the exact plant. Alright, GMO, that is a genetically modified organism. And that's basically going in at the genetic level and moving actual DNA from one plant into another plant. That cannot be done in nature. That can only be done by mankind, humankind. Right now, you don't have to worry. If you go and buy these seed packets and they say non-GMO and they're charging you more, it's just a ripoff. You're not going to get GMO seeds this way. In fact, I could only find 5 types of GMO seeds out there: corn, soybeans, papaya, squash, and canola for oil. There may be 1 or 2 more. But this is an expensive process, and no company is going to spend all that money and then have a pack of seeds like this for $1.88. You're going to be paying more money for this. So you're not going to get genetically modified organisms or GMO seeds by buying them this way. So let's get down to a couple of things that are important. Now, you can buy organic or non-organic. All this means is that the growth of these plants was done in an organic manner. Everything that was done to them is considered organic. I personally don't feel there's any difference between an organic seed and other seeds you can buy. Yes, there's a chance of maybe some residue, insect spray being on them or something, but I think you're just paying more money for the word organic in the sense for seeds. But you can find them, and you just want to keep an eye on the price. These are $1.88. Usually organic stuff is a little bit more. And here's an example. So here's the Burpee Company. This is basil, both the exact same type of basil, and they have the same milligrams, 250 milligrams, 250 milligrams. This is $1.37. This is $1.89. These seeds actually come from Holland, and these seeds are grown in the USA, and they are certified organic. But you are paying more. If you want to do that, that's fine. I don't believe that you're going to get any better quality basil from this pack than you are from this pack, and they're certainly not going to hurt you using one or the other. Next thing is cost. There's a lot of different companies, like Burpee's, you know, for instance, one of them. And a lot of the seeds you find are $1.89. This is Liberty Gardens. These were only 89 cents. This is Ferry Morse. These were $1.58. But you can start looking around. I found these at Walmart. 20 cents for basil. You know, this is 6 times less expensive. I'm sorry, $6.27, almost 8 or 9 times less expensive than, you know, the organic basil. Radishes, 50 cents. Cucumbers, 20 cents. This is the American Seed Company. You might be able to find them online, but you can definitely find them at Walmart. Now the difference is there's less seeds in these packets. But to be honest with you, you're not going to use all of these basil seeds even in 1-2 years. There's lots of seeds in there by weight. And just for instance, let's get one that matches better. So this is sweet basil. This is sweet basil. Very close. 150 milligrams for 20 cents. 250 milligrams for $1.37. So this is 7 times more expensive or 7 times less expensive. And yes, you do get 100 more here, but you know, buy 2 of these for 40 cents. That's 300 milligrams to 250 milligrams. You're still saving money. So you don't have to pay a lot for your seeds if you're on a budget. Just take some time and look around. You can also find lots of varieties of the inexpensive seeds. Here's 4 types of radishes. You have a black Spanish, champion, white globe, and a cherry bell radish. $2 for 4 different varieties, and if you went and bought a pack of radishes, it's going to cost you about $1.50. So you can even, you know, really get a good mix of varieties with the cheaper seed packets, and that's really all up to you. But I wanted to give you an idea of the seed packets, what's out there, what GMO means, what heirloom means, what hybrid means, so that you're better educated and can have a great start to your 2015 gardening season. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.